Hey guys, long time no see, it's on an iPhone 693 here with the Series 9 Collectible Minifigure review, and I'm only like 5 months late with it, so it's cool. This is a great series. This series, I think, honestly, is at equal odds with, or maybe a little better than Series 8 and or Series 10. Not considering the whole Mr. Gold thing. The chicken suit guy, the Hollywood starlet, the Cyclops, the judge. Honestly, it expands on the Lego universe so much that you just have to give it very much respect. You get the police officer with the brand new cap. That's the best way I've ever seen a police officer done in Lego. That's the best way I've ever seen a judge done in Lego. That's the best way I've ever seen a skater, best way I've ever seen a knight, best mythological monster reference I've seen to date, except for Medusa in Series 10, who then topped this. Everybody just is on point, hits their marker. You may notice that I don't have all of Series 9. This is technically a highlight because I'm missing 2. But let's go on to this little sheet of paper here. Now, but here's the paper. As you can see, the only 2 I don't have are the fortune teller and the mermaid on the other side, numbers 9 and 12. Everybody else I managed to get one way or another. And on the back here, they show you everybody's props and what to do with said props. Let's get on to the close-ups. Alright, first up is the waiter, and he is a very detailed figure. He looks like he doesn't really come with a new mold, but he does, because this thing isn't entirely brand new. It's just a tray so that he can hold it and look like a tray. I thought they were just going to give him some kind of standard plate piece, but they didn't. He gets a really nice James Bond little tuxedo thing going on there, as well as this beautiful bottle of wine, which is awesome. It's got little grapes on it, it's green, he can hold it from several different spots, and no back printing or double-sided face. Next up is our Cyclops friend, and he's a great minifigure. If you guys didn't know, I'm a huge fan of mythological references, especially in Lego. I'm trying to get this interactive game going on that you play on YouTube just by clicking through videos and stuff that involves like medieval mythology stuff. I know this is like a random time to just drop that info on you, but it's gonna be pretty cool. It's coming out soon. He's great. He's got the back printing, the mallet that we've gotten before. That's the same mold, but this headpiece is a brand new mold, and you get an extra face underneath it, which is adorable. Great mold. This is rival to the chicken suit head. We'll never know. And on the other side, you get another little head in case you want to make him look a little like he's angry on that face. But when you take it off, he's a happy camper. He's got good back printing, and he's got great little leg printing with the torn jeans. Reminds me of like the Hulk exclusive, so that's pretty cool. And yeah, he's a beautiful figure. He's one of the few that gets the back printing on the face. Actually, he's the only one in Series 9 who gets back printing on his face. So I guess they're only giving back printing on the face to mythological references nowadays. And the next minifigure is the Hollywood starlet, and it looks like she won an Oscar there, which is awesome. It's great. It's not the first gold Lego Oscar piece they've given us, but it's certainly beautiful. And if you weren't around for the very early series where they gave it to like the Karate Master or someone like that, then this is a great new way to get it. A very female-friendly way to get it. No back printing, no double-sided face, but you get the great trophy, some nice hair, and this is arguably Marilyn Monroe, which is really cool. She's beautiful. Next is the knight, and he is very heroic indeed. He's got a great new face, he's got a great new sword, good pieces all around. It's like the same kind of knight jousting helmet they gave us in the castle sets, and that they're going to be giving us in the castle sets probably. But the shield is brand new, which is really cool. The leg printing is brand new. It's just a plain gray torso under this armor, but the armor printing is fantastic. Nothing on the back, but he's got enough going on the front with his white little removable tassel. You can close it, you can open it. It's like you got 2 figures. Great stuff. I like him. Do you like him? He's great. And the next minifigure is the Roman Emperor, and you cannot have a Roman legion with the Roman soldier, the Roman captain, without this guy. He's the man. He's got no back printing, but he doesn't give a freaking hell, man, because he has dope printing, and he's the leader of the Roman Empire. He came, he saw, and he conquered. That's what Veni Vidi Vici means. That is what Julius Caesar was quoted in saying or writing or something in history. History's cool, but I can't remember most of it. But he's pretty much Julius Caesar. He's got awesome printing / molding in his hair. That's a brand new hair piece. Obviously not a brand new flat tile, but it's got new printing on it. Great leg printing. Everywhere he can have printing, there's printing, except on the backs of things. Except the head. That looks cool. But he's got a bare butt, which makes me upset. I don't like when they do that. But the front works really well. He's a great figure. You gotta give some very much respect to the cop here, who is very beautiful. He doesn't have any back printing, unfortunately, but he's got this brand new mold for his hat piece, and this is awesome. You're definitely gonna want to army build these cops. I know I've started already. I have 3. Not the biggest army yet. Not so much like the army at the end of The Dark Knight Rises. Still a few of them. He's got a great belt. He's got a great tie with the tie clip. A lot of detail. The badge. The other badge. The cuffs. The face. Again, with the face that's not young but not old. I like him a lot. Next is Mr. Cock, the chicken, and he's got a great mold for his arms and his headpiece. They're brand new. No printing of any kind really on him except his face and his helmet and his legs. So, I mean, he does have a solid amount of printing, but a little plain on the chest. I personally like that he's plain on the chest, but I'm just pointing it out so that you guys aren't like, he didn't point out that there's no printing on the chest. Well, I did now. And I'll also point out that the torso is the same way no matter how you turn it. I could flip it around and it would look exactly the same. It's symmetrical. I think that's one of the very few of Lego torsos that are able to do that. Maybe the only one, except the skeletons. He's really cool. This covers up his face a little bit, so let's get that off, but he looks great. He's got a happy face, and this is the kind of face I'm talking about that Lego usually has always given us, the kind of young face or the really old face, and this is the kind of young. But if you give us, like, let's compare him to the cop just for no reason. He's got lines on his face, and he doesn't. So think about that. Next one is one I didn't think I'd like until I actually got my hands on her, and she is really detailed. She doesn't have any back printing, of course, but she's got the very detailed arm prints, leg prints, torso prints. She's got the number 49 on her chest there, and she's got little stripes there. Nice little helmet with the star. Everything's really printed, but the highlight of her you can't really see because of this base, but it's these little skates, and they're great. They do come off, and they're just little stud pieces that she can stick her feet on and get rolling. These are really the best reason to get this minifigure, just so that any figure you have can have skates or arm guards or whatever. I'm glad they made her. I don't really know what else they could have done instead of her, so I like her. I'll take it. Next up is the adjudicating judge, and he's the man. He's got this awesome colonial hairpiece, which they followed up in Series 10 with the Revolutionary Soldier. One of the benefits of doing reviews very late. And he's got some awesome printing reminiscent of the pirate next to his brand new mold for the judge's gavel and the brand new printing for the judge. Let me just get in there real quick, and there you go. It's like the wind's blowing it up. Speaking of Marilyn Monroe. Yeah, a little bit like the pirate, but very different in itself. It kind of stays like that unless you put the hairpiece on him. So it's nice that the hairpiece holds it all together, but it's also kind of crappy that the hairpiece needs to hold it all together. But he's a great figure. I have a good time with him. I have 2 of them actually. I'm probably going to sell one of them or maybe give one away to you guys if you don't have a judge. Let me know in the comments what you think about that. He doesn't have any back printing, but I really love the reuse and reprinting in red of the graduation guy from Series 5's little cloak thing. They totally reapply it to a new character, and it's great. It's like the first time. Next is another good army builder, the Alien Avenger, and he's got green arms. He's pretty much Series 7, I just walked away to get this, the Series 7 galactic dude, but turned into an alien monster, which I really like, because if you guys ever played the very first-person shooter video game ever that came out in 1993, Doom, this reminds me of that. Like, this is like a Doom soldier on Mars, or Phobos, the moon on Mars. I don't remember exactly what the plot was. This is an alien monster. It's like, what I like about it is it looks like this guy used to be his friend, but then he got infected by the alien virus, and now they gotta fight each other. But either way, he's a cool expansion on the space kind of theme, etc. But complete reapplication of the molds of the Galactic Warrior guy, the Galaxy Patrol, but same gun too, but everything's printed differently and molded the same, but printed differently. Different colors, different prints. He's great. Let's take his helmet off so you can see all of his face. And yeah, not too pretty. He could kind of be used as an orc, I guess, in Lord of the Rings if you wanted. Not quite Iron Man, but he is a mech suit. The mech suit is a cool guy. Not really much printing of any kind except on his legs and the front of his torso. And his head, of course. I'm trying to get that off really awkwardly, but there it is. Alright, yeah, there he is without the helmet. There's the helmet piece. It's really great. He looks almost like a Power Ranger, if you think about it, but put that on, he's good to go. That's great. He could almost pass as a stormtrooper in Star Wars if you... Let's do a little experiment right now, actually. Here, let's stick his head back on. Maybe. Not quite, but the armor piece is cool. That's definitely a new mold with printing of 2 colors on it, so that's neat. He's neat. Next is an ambiguous character, Mr. Good and Evil, and he's beautiful. He comes with very good printing, half good, half evil. The scarring on the hat is great. No back printing, but he comes with this, not a new mold, but I think it's a new color, maybe the same color, who knows. But you get one of these. It's a little bottle potion kind of thing. You can kind of play it with Harry Potter, with the monsters, even with maybe the superheroes if you really wanted. Good little prop to have. This guy's a great little figure. He's like a reference to Two-Face, Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. That kind of whole thing, maybe even Frankenstein a teeny bit. He's got nice little tear printing on his legs, and he's shiny. We don't like to think about the plumber, but we really need the plumber to clean the crap out of our toilet when it gets clogged up. And he's really a great figure. He is pretty much the prototype for the Series 10 painter, but he's got the plunger prop with him, and blue overalls, no paint marks on him, and the same exact hat as the painter, but in blue. Really nice back printing. Not so much detail, but it gets the point across. I wish it could have printed all the way, but there's a weird white line between that and his pants. I don't know if all of them are like that, but I'm going to go ahead and assume that all of them are like that. Looks like Jay from the Brick Show. That face. That's a cool face. But great leg printing. This guy's the man. Oh yeah. And last but definitely absolutely not least is the Forest Maiden, and she's great. She reminds me of like the girl from Brave, or like somebody from The Legend of Zelda, or like an elf, or like maybe Arwen, or like Leia from Endor, or like, I don't know, an elf. She's great. She's an elf warrior princess thing. I like when they give people, at least women, the little block thing, like they're wearing a long flowing gown. I know they're giving that to Saruman this summer for the Lord of the Rings sets, and he's a dude and I'm cool with it. I like how the arms are not green, they're a different print, so it's like she's wearing something else underneath the green cloak thing, and she's an archer, so that's hot. And the tree is shiny, printed on the shield. This is a great figure. No double face or printing on the back of any kind, I don't think. Let me check. Yeah, the hair covers it up anyway, why would you? But yeah, she's an awesome figure. She's got a little pouch there on her belt. You can see that when you get the figure, because you're gonna want it. She's great, beautiful. I would go out with her if she was real. Alright, so you saw the close-up of all but 2 of the Series 9 minifigures, so you guys have clearly formed your own opinions by this point, and now it's time for me to share mine with you. My favorite are the 5 in the front: the Judge, the Police Officer, the Cyclops, the Forest Maiden, etc. Those are my absolute favorites. I'm just gonna get a little free camera motion going on here, sorry. Yeah, these are my favorites. I like them a lot, especially the Forest Maiden. She is just so nimble and woods-like, one with the earth and whatnot. But the Judge is also great. He's a real good expansion on the Lego universe, as well as pretty much everybody. Like I keep saying, it gets harder and harder for me to choose my favorite through the series. The Chicken Suit Guy and the Cyclops definitely take the cake as the 2 best minifigures that the series brought forth, just because of the flashy molds and the elaborate printing on the Cyclops. The Cop would be next, followed by the Judge, and then the Forest Maiden. And then everybody else, like Marilyn Monroe and the Judge and the Plumber and Mr. Good and Evil and the Butler. Roman Emperor is a very necessary addition, but he's not, let's be honest, he's not the best figure in the set. But that's the review. Thanks very much for joining, guys. I really appreciate everything you do as far as watching goes. I hope you enjoy the videos. I hope you enjoy the slight change I've made in the setup of the show. I do a lot more random things with the camera, but I'm having fun. So I got animations coming, I got a lot more reviews coming, I got a lot of stuff coming for you guys. Please do not hesitate to stay subscribed and to check out all my videos. Peace out.